All right, this is a demonstration of how to do a new catalog, smart previews, and regular previews for then sending them off to me for editing. Okay, so I have my main folder here, and I've made a subfolder, the IC test folder. This will be like we just shot a wedding, made a new folder of our couple's names. Inside this folder, I have my raw file folder. And I have a few raw files in here that I'm going to use for this demonstration. And that's good. I'll back out of there. Okay, everything's set up here. I'm going to come over to Lightroom and I'm going to make a new catalog. I'm going to go in and figure out, okay, here's my folder, IC test. Okay, so I'm going to call this IC test wedding. I'm going to create it. Lightroom is going to do its thing. All right, now we can import our files. So we go to File, Import Photo and Video. We're going to go down here and find the files for this wedding. There. Test, RAWs, okay. All right, and here are the files. On the right-hand side here, first thing, build one-to-one previews, because if I'm going to be doing culling, I need those one-to-one previews. I'm also going to check build smart previews. Okay. Down here on the development settings and metadata, you can set that up how you would normally do it. Keywords, same thing, all that good stuff. Okay, and now I'm going to import. And this could take a little while, especially with the large wedding. So you could set this to work at night or set it and then go do something else or whatever, because it's going to take a little bit of time to do all this. All right, here they come. It is going to render the one-to-one previews. Okay, smart previews. Okay, we say all right. It's building one-to-one previews. Da, 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 da. Okay, so it's done now. We can go in here and do anything we need to do before we send it off. So if you want to create some samples, like I said, sample edits, or anything else you want to color code these, star them, however you want to organize the catalog before you send it off. If you want to do anything to it, you can. So I can go in here and, do a weird test edit. We're going to make something weird here because we're funny. And then if I go back over here, I can mark this however you want. You can set a rating of 1 star, 2 stars. You can make it a color, however you want to do it so that I can see the test edits already in the catalog. And then once that's done, what you want to do is just give Lightroom a second here before you close it out, because we want the catalog to update itself with the changes we made. And now that we're done here, okay, we can close out of Lightroom. All right, and we're going to go back over here to our main folder, the IC test folder. Okay, in there we have the IC test wedding folder, which is going to be our Lightroom catalog, the smart previews, and regular previews. So I'm going to open that up and just make sure I have the 3 files I need. Catalog, smart previews, regular previews. Okay, for a full wedding, the regular previews, one-to-one, are going to be pretty large, depending on how many photos you have in the wedding. If there's, say, 3,000 photos, it could be like 10 to 12 gigs for the preview file. The smart previews are generally a little less than 1 megabyte per photo. So I think I had like 8 or 9 photos in the test catalog. So my smart previews are 3.9 megabytes, which is, 4 megabytes, so roughly half of the photos I had. So that looks good as well. Catalog file is going to be pretty small most of the time. Okay, now to send this to me on Dropbox, all right, we will come back out here. You can send me this entire folder, and you can name it whatever you want. Okay, so I'm going to copy it. just with the Command C. Okay, I'm going to come over here and find my Dropbox folder. There it is. And I use the Dropbox client, which is the desktop app, which works really well because you can just copy and paste. So come over here, IC catalogs to Doug, open that up, and I would just paste this, boom, Command V right in there, and then just let that work. And basically, that's it. And then when I get it, I'm going to save it onto my working drive, and I will delete it out of the IC catalogs to Doug folder. When I'm done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the edited catalogs folder. So I come up here, and I would put just the catalog file back in this folder. Okay, so when that's done, the catalog goes back in there. You're going to grab the catalog out of there, copy it, come back over here to your folder here. Okay, since the catalog is named the same thing, you can paste it over top right here. And it's going to tell you, do you want to update this file, etc., or replace this file? And you'll say yes, and it will replace it real quick. Open it back up. When you open it, all of the edits and culling and everything else that I've done will populate itself on your side, and then you can proceed there to further blog edits, Photoshop, exporting, all that good stuff. And that's pretty much it. The only thing you don't want to do is open the catalog out of Dropbox, because it will just endlessly sync on both of our sides and kill our internet. So you want to copy that back over the original wedding catalog you have on your working hard drive. And then you can leave the catalog that I sent back in here if you want to just keep backup, because it'll be pretty small. And that's pretty much it. Pretty much concludes how to send files to me and everything else. Pretty simple.